Hi guys, I'm Kate. Thank you for tuning into my channel, HeyKateRedd. So we recently just got all of the floors redone in our house with a luxury vinyl plank. We absolutely love this new floor. It looks great. It's super durable, it's waterproof, and it's scratch resistant. So it really checks all of the boxes. When the flooring company installed this floor, as part of the process, they added a quarter round trim to the bottom of our baseboards. The quarter round trim just gives like an extra polished look to your trim, and we love it. There are two different types of quarter round that you can go with. A quarter round that matches the type of flooring you got, or you can get the primed white quarter round, which is what we went with. So after that quarter round is installed, if you went with the primed version, there are a couple of steps you do have to do on your own to give it that finished look, which is what I'm going to show you today. So the first thing I'm going to do here to get started is clean my workspace. I am going to vacuum and make sure I hit all of the little nooks and crannies, and then wipe down the baseboard and quarter round with a damp paper towel. This is going to ensure we don't get any dust or little fuzzies in the paint. Okay, now that we're all clean, let's talk about what materials you are going to need for this project. You are going to need to do a couple of steps before you can paint. Filling the nail holes, caulking, maybe some sanding, and then finally painting. So today I have wood filler. I'm using this Elmer's white interior wood filler. This is really awesome. It's white, so you don't need to prime over it. It's kind of just in this like squeezy bottle, which makes it really easy to apply, and I kind of just wipe it with my finger, and then you don't need to do as much sanding, which makes this process so much easier. I have my caulk. I have a couple of little sanding paper sanding block, painter's tape. I am using this little short handle 2-inch brush, which makes doing trim really easy. Our paint, I have semi-gloss. This is Decorator's White by Benjamin Moore, and semi-gloss is what you'll want to use for the trim. It gives it a nice pop of shine and is also really easy to clean. A roll of paper towels, a little cup that I'm going to fill with some warm water for our caulk. As you can see, the quarter round has these nail holes all throughout where it was attached to the baseboard. We are going to fill those with the wood filler, because if you don't, you will still see those little holes after the paint is applied. The wood filler I'm using today is really easy to apply. I simply squirt a little bit to fill the hole and wipe away the excess until it is smooth. If you use the wood filler that comes in a tub, you will have to sand it smooth. As I was going around filling nail holes, I noticed one part of the baseboard that really looked like it needed to be sanded down a bit. It had some little rough areas, and I want to make sure when I'm applying paint that everything goes on smoothly. So I am going to sand that down quickly, and just being totally honest, I am not 100% in love with the baseboards we have. They are the baseboards that were here when we bought the house, and I wish they were a little bit taller, but replacing all of the baseboards in our house is not a huge priority. But with that said, I do think having the white quarter round is going to add a little extra oomph to our little baseboards. Since I just sanded that little part, I am going to go through with my vacuum one more time to ensure there is no extra dust laying around. You'll notice there is a small gap between your quarter round and the baseboard. To give these two pieces of trim a seamless look, you'll apply caulk to connect the two. When applying your caulk, work in small sections and add a thin layer between the baseboard and quarter round. Dip your fingers in warm water to smooth the caulk. Use a paper towel to wipe away any excess caulk. Don't forget to add caulk to the corners where two pieces of quarter round meet. You may need to add a small amount of caulk to your finger to fit tight spaces. While I'm waiting for the caulk to dry, I'm going to take my painter's tape and go around and lay this down on the floor right up to the quarter round to make sure I don't get any paint on the floor. Now that I have laid the painter's tape down, I've waited for the caulk to dry and the wood filler is all dry, so we are all set to get started with painting. I applied 2 coats of paint to both the baseboard and the quarter round. Since I did not know the exact color of our baseboards, I painted them as well to ensure they matched the quarter round. After pulling up the painter's tape, I had a couple of spots that needed to be cleaned up. I was able to peel the dried paint off the floor with my fingernail. Here's a look at the finished product. I know this isn't the most exciting project in the world, but it is pretty simple and it's going to help you save a bit of money if you just got your floors installed instead of hiring a painter. It's a great way to make your trim look super finished and polished. I wanted to share a quick tip with you guys. So what I do is I take my paintbrush and a damp paper towel and I wrap the paper towel around the paintbrush, put it in a little Ziploc baggie, and stick this in my refrigerator for when I'm ready to start this project back up the next day. It's a great way to preserve your paintbrush instead of cleaning it between each day. So I hope this tip helps you out, and thank you so much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe for more simple and affordable DIY tutorials.